Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of the Pondcast. I'm your host, Draco, and joining us today is Chase.
Hello.
Guren.
Yeah, hello.
And joining us once again, our special guest, Cayla.
Hello.
And today we are going to talk about the quote-unquote leaks that have been revealed over the last couple of weeks. We are not going to go over the entire slew of it all because there's honestly quite a bit of information, but we are going to focus on some of the stuff that we find appealing about what was said. So if you want to avoid any spoilers whatsoever, then this is the time where I appreciate you. I love you all for joining us, but skip this episode and come back to us next week with a brand new episode where we won't be spoiling anything for Gen 9. But if you're still listening, here we go. On this list, what has anything jumped out at you that you really gravitate towards?
Yeah, so the object is going to be coin based, so it's going to be a coin that evolves into like a chest, possibly giving off Mimic vibes, and I think it could be a lot like how, well, the final evolution could work how Mimikyu does. So there's a Pokemon inside the chest, but you never actually get to see it. I think that could be a cool concept, like a Mimikyu coin chest Pokemon. And then the variants, Tauros, I could definitely see, and I know it's Greek, but I think it's the Colchos Bull. Yeah, I think that could be really cool as a regional variant. Fire Steel, but yeah, so that's basically where my mind's at. Not much more than that, but yeah.
I do like the fact that, because I didn't think about it at first too, about having for the coin when it evolves or something, like it turns into like just that Pokemon that you don't see, it's just inside like that thing that it's wearing, like Mimikyu. I didn't think about that, and I think that's actually pretty cool.
I really like speculating about the Tauros forms and what that's going to be like, because they've made a lot of references to Greece, and so I'm wondering if we're going to see like a Minotaur possibly, so I don't know. I just think that's really exciting. More Tauros love. Yay.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got to admit, like I kind of want to see a Fire Steel type Tauros based off the Iron Bull, but a Minotaur does sound really cool too.
¿Por qué no los dos?
As for the coin Pokemon, with the potential of it becoming a Mimic, I like the thought where it's kind of like Mimikyu. I thought back to Stack Attacka. Do you know, like when you see the bricks flip and there's kind of like an eyeball there, it looks like a whole bunch of little Pokemon tied together to make one giant Pokemon? Kind of like that, but in the reverse, where all those little Pokemon are all the coins and they're just kind of camping inside of a treasure chest, making it move.
Okay.
Oh, yes, that sounds good.
Really cool.
I can get behind that, actually. That'd be pretty cool.
It's kind of like the way Wishy-Washy works. How Wishy-Washy looks like a giant fish, but it's only just a whole bunch of little Wishy-Washy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Similar effect, but the fact that they're actually inhabiting an actual item.
So Tauros was actually one of the ones that I wanted to kind of talk about, because like as someone who does like have Tauros in like I don't even know if it's a top 10 or top 5, but Tauros is like within like my top 5, I guess, technically speaking, of like favorite Pokemon. So like I would really love to see what its variant finally looks like, and if anything that has gone or been like leaked or rumored about it possibly having like multiple forms or something as a variant, or like an evolution split or something like that, I would love to see like what ideas they had. Like just imagine like, yeah, like one of them was like that Minotaur that was brought up. Maybe the other one is I don't know, maybe just like a beefier version of like what Tauros originally looks like, something like that. Like I'm just down for like more Tauros like stuff. So like just give me more options to use. Let's see. The other thing that also kind of took me by surprise, I think I got like 2 more for meme and funny reasons. Salt, like I really don't know what they're going with this, like Salt, like as a Pokemon. I mean, I guess I could see like Rock type, right? Because you know, like Salt is basically a type of
Salt Rock.
Yeah,
I get it.
If the Grass Fire Pokemon is a Pepper Pokemon, we can have Salt and Pepper.
Salt and pepper.
You have Salt and Pepper. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, it's great. That's great.
Oh, Salt and Pepper, please. It's gonna be like the new 2v2 2v2 team, right? It's gonna be like the new duo. They're gonna work well together.
Violet gets Salt and Scarlet gets Pepper.
I mean, like, I'm just kind of interested, like how they're gonna go about like like how it's gonna look like. Like, is it gonna look more like a Geodude looks, or like how a Roggenrola kind of looks, kind of thing? Like, are they going with that idea? So I think like if that comes to light and it is like what it is, then I'm just really interested in seeing what they come up with. The other one, probably the last one that I've been trying to that like really grabbed my attention was the fairy lolly waifu with hammer. How do I put this? Like seeing like a lot of humanoid Pokemon, like I'm just one of those that are just kind of like in the middle where it's like, you know, I don't want to see too much of them, but they are still cool to have around. But like I'm kind of interested, like what brought this idea up, like in general, like because I wouldn't think of like, you know, like this fairy looking creature with a hammer. It just really stumps me. Like, is it going to be something that's going to be cute? Is it something that's going to be more menacing? Maybe it's going to have like a maybe like a more trickster-ish aspect, since like fairies or fey creatures in general were known to be kind of like mischievous. Like, I want to know where they came up with this, and where does the hammer play into part?
I'm personally picturing Amy Rose from Sonic. I really hope it's like a hedgehog little fairy. That would be so cute. And also just like, I have to name it Amy Rose if I have that on my team. That would just be so perfect.
That would be a good one.
The fairy lolly with a hammer. I can definitely see how that could work, because in a lot of like fairy tales and that, fae folk often depicted as, you know, helpers. Like, for example, I forget what the fairy tale is called, but it's about a cobbler who every night he leaves things unfinished the next morning. I believe either fairies or gnomes come in and they do all of that. So I think that could be a reference to that. Could work
I know
quite
that story.
well.
Those gnomes.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, no, I know that story. It was gnomes with a cobbler. I kind of like it. I kind of see where you're going with that one.
I could see a situation where it has like a rivalry with Flabebe, which is like very peaceful, and then you've got this tiny little like fairy with a hammer. You know, I could see them having like related Pokédex entries.
Oh, pretty cool. Yeah.
What about you, Cayla? Anything? What's on this list that really speaks to you?
So I've been thinking about Palmy because I did not expect it to have 3 stages. I thought it was just going to be like one evolution, kind of like Pikachu to Raichu. But now we know that it has like, you know, it's got 3 stages, which is very interesting. And then the typing of electric fighting too is, I don't know, I just didn't expect that. So I'm curious to see exactly what it's like. I also heard that it's going to have like this feature that's kind of like a defibrillator, where it's able to have a 1 PP move where it revives another Pokemon on your team. And so it might be absolutely insane and competitive. I'm like debating whether or not I'm going to have it on my team now. I wasn't originally planning on having it on my team, but like that's one of the reasons why we need more trailers and more information, because like I think knowing that type of thing will help us, you know, grow more attached to Pokemon, figure out which ones we want on our team. So I hope they drop another trailer soon and reveal things like that, because now I'm excited about Palmy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that one actually was like, what?
Yeah, that threw me for a loop too.
I also really like the Girafarig evolution. I'm wondering if it's going to actually be good or not, because Girafarig hasn't been the best Pokemon in terms of competitive, so I think it definitely needs an evolution. And I really like that it looks like a hoodie, because I feel like this is something that they're going to capitalize on with merch, and we're all going to be able to wear Girafarig hoodies just out and about. So very excited about that.
That'd be so sick.
Yeah,
I'll meet you at the Pokemon Center.
Right? But I hope it's actually good too. Like, I hope they don't just make it cool looking to sell merch, and that it actually is an improvement on Girafarig.
I could definitely agree with
Girafarig definitely deserves some love. I was actually going to mention that hoodie image, because I didn't know if that was fan art or if it was like a proper leak. I'm down to get behind emo Girafarig.
No. That's Hoodiesaurus Rex.
Yeah. Sorry, my mistake.
That...
Please forgive me, please.
I think if that does come out as Pokemon merch as a hoodie, that's probably definitely one hoodie that that's gonna go missing, I think. In terms of like people that are that own hoodies, because I am definitely one of those that used to have a lot of hoodies and then they go missing for some reason. I don't know why. Like, it's just gone. I had this really cool one.
I'm just kind of wondering how many people are going to mistake it for Chain Chomp.
Oh, yeah. That'd be great because there's going to be racing. You know, there's like lots of speculation about there being racing within the game. So what if like there's a part where Giraffe just chases you down with that hoodie and it looks like a chain chomp?
Oh, I just had this image. I just had this image of Giraffe being special DLC for Mario Kart 8, where it's driving in a car wearing its hoodie, and then you just launch its chain chomps all the time.
Its special car is a chain chomp. Let's go.
Oh God.
I'm down. I'll play that.
For me, there were a couple of really good ones. First and foremost, Volcarona. It's one of my favorite Pokemon, and I want to see what they have in store for Volcarona, because apparently it's getting a past and a future variant. And so I am very excited to see what they've done to it. There's also a bit of trepidation because when they did the same thing to Charizard, I really did not like X. So when they popped out with Y, I was just like, that's the one I'm going for. So I'm hoping it's not the same case. I'm hoping that I'm going to love what they've done with both versions that they're talking about doing. I can just see it with the future form with solar panels as wings, as opposed to just being flames, as just a thought bubble that popped out there. Supposedly we're getting another spider Pokemon, and for an arachnophobe, I love Pokemon spiders. They're one of the, for me, visually appealing characters in the entire game. I love Galvantula, I love Ariados. I think those are great designs, and I want more of those types of designs. I think they're great. And I also gravitated towards the fairy lolly waifu with hammer, but where you guys were thinking fairy, I may have gone to Harley Quinn. There's actually a figure. It's called the Bijou Harley Quinn figure, and it is a anime inspired Harley Quinn, and I could definitely see something like that being the basis for this particular Pokemon. I mean, I could go for a couple other ones here, but those are basically my big three that really just latched on to me that I really want to know about.
Yeah, on the note of the spider, I agree with you. Pokemon have done a good job with Galvantula and Ariados, but personally, if we were to get another spider Pokemon, I'd want one that's a bit more spooky, and that'll kind of like trigger that arachnophobic side of people.
I feel like one of the reasons that the current spider Pokemon don't trigger that is because none of them actually have 8 legs. They all have 6. And so something about that just makes them less scary. So I'd love to see a spider Pokemon that actually has like the 8 legs of a spider.
Oh man, I didn't even notice that they only had 6 legs. Hot damn! Like I'm looking at Ariados, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, he does have 6 legs.
I totally missed that when I first heard it.
Unless those are like supposedly legs on like its lower abdomen, right? The things that are sticking out of its back.
Take a look at that image again and count them. I thought the exact same thing. But it stands on 4, and the 2 on the back are the other 2 legs. It is still 6.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's your mind blown for the day.
What about Galvantula's 2 little front legs? Are those not legs as well?
I don't think it has ones in the back, right? It's got 6 yellow legs.
Yeah. It's the same deal, except in reverse, where the front ones are the ones that are smaller than the other ones.
You know, I always thought those were like feelers or something for Galvantula.
No, those are legs.
I always thought those were like feelers. Yeah.
My mind was blown when I first heard this, and I only heard this. I think it was a couple days ago. So I was looking stuff up, and I'm like, oh god, none of the spider Pokemon actually have 8 legs.
Damn. So you're telling me if Pokemon ever does make a spider Pokemon with the actual 8 legs, it just might proc that phobia.
It might, because when you think of 6 legs, my first thing, when you say insect with 6 legs, my go-to is an ant, and for me, ants are harmless.
Yeah, there's something about like having a lot of legs that's just a little creepy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, think about a millipede. For the moment you see a millipede, what's the first thing? Where's my shoe? Where's my shoe?
I go, where's my cat? Throw it at it.
Where's the fire?
Where's the fire? Yeah, but I think over by you, aren't the millipedes more like riding mounts?
What?
Yeah, they are a bit
South
big.
America.
It's not even a millipede.
We've got a lot of centipedes and millipedes. Are They're massive.
It's a stampede! No, it's just one millipede.
Yeah. It doesn't help that we also have giant snails, so you know.
How big we
Yep.
talking?
At least snails move nice and slow. You can outrun a snail.
In Puerto Rico, we've got ones that are about as big as like $half. Not $half. Actually, yeah, they're if you find the novelty $half, which are about as big as a fist, Puerto Rico has the snails about the shell's about that size, but they like to chill out under fallen trees. They don't really hang out in the sun too much, and they only move around at night, so you never
Yeah, so
really
it's-
see them.
Yeah, it's the same here.
If I'm allowed to add like one more Pokemon, I'm kind of curious about. It's that Jigglypuff form. Was it like an ancient form or something? Past form. I'm really curious about that one. Like ever since that thing was kind of leaked, so to say, right? It just made me think. It was like, what? Where are they going with this? It's Jigglypuff from the past. For some odd reason, it's giving off like these vampire vibes. So like I'm thinking, like, what is it? I want to know more. I want to know more.
Yeah, a lot of
Well,
people were
personally,
really loving Subarashi's.
I thought of it more, or Jigglypuff more like a bard. So throughout the ages, people have been singing, right? So I think a past could represent like the past bards in it.
Maybe.
I get the vibe that Jigglypuff over time has evolved to be less scary looking because I think it's learned over time that it's easier to kind of lure in whatever it's preying on if it looks cute, you know? Like it always wants people to listen to its song, and if it looks as scary as like the ancient one did, people probably ran away before it even started singing.
Okay, I like that.
Intimidate.
Yeah,
God.
right?
It's like,
Intimidate. Why am I scared of a Jigglypuff?
It's like, wait, I have a song for you. Don't leave yet. Oh.
So over time, it just got cuter and cuter.
And with that, we'll bring the episode to a close. What do you guys think? What are some of the things that you heard about from these leaks that interest you, that maybe you want to see come about? Let us know down below. Also, please be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Let us know how we're doing. But I also want to thank Cayla for joining us today, and I'll have the link posted directly below. And as always, have a wonderful day. Bye.
See you later.
Toodles.
Bye.
Yeah.
That's not a snail. That's a slimy hand grenade.